Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's pick a card. We are channeling your inner high priest, king, emperor energy. So this is kind of like a continuation of that pick a card that I did maybe about a month or two ago. I'm not sure how long. But yeah, I did a reading, a message from your high priestess. I will actually link that pick a card down below if you wanted to check that out as well. But yeah, this pick a card is sort of a continuation of that one because we checked in, we got messages from our high priestess, and it's only right that we also receive a message from our high priest as well. So, the same way that we all have an inner high priestess or divine feminine energy within us, we also have an inner divine masculine, no matter how you identify, whether male or female. This applies to all of us. So this is a timeless reading, but at the time of me posting, I am aware that we are moving into Cancer season, the time of the feminine maternal moon energy. But intuitively, this masculine presence kept coming to me during my meditation. I kept literally hearing him speaking to me as I was trying to sleep, and I was like, okay, I guess now is the time for this reading. So, I'm not a spiritual person that believes feminine energy is better than masculine energy or vice versa. I believe we need both for ultimate balance and enlightenment, and I believe masculine energy is just as wise as feminine energy. It's just a different type of wisdom that they share with us, but both are equally valuable. And a high priest, if you're wondering exactly what I think a high priest is, I personally think a high priest is much like the high priestess, but in divine masculine form. He serves as knowledge, wisdom, boundaries, and really hard truths. So just as the high priestess is a very cryptic, esoteric being, we don't know much about her. She represents different things to different people because of that. And I think it's the same exact thing with the high priest. You can see him however you'd like to see him, as an ancestor, deity, guide, ascended master, angel, archangel, a watcher. However you see him is fine because it's your own personal relationship with this energy, okay? So I will be placing the pictures of the four different kings of the tarot, of the minor arcana of tarot, on these piles. That the way you can pick like that. But because if you are participating in that meditation, the first 30 seconds it'll just be these piles bare like this, and the final 30 seconds of that meditation I'll be adding the cards of each of the four kings in the minor arcana of tarot, as well as some crystals underneath. Okay, so if you are ready to get to your pile, if you already know which pile you are drawn to, then you can head down to the comments in the description section for the timestamps down below. Before we get to the meditation, let me go ahead and issue the disclaimer that tarot, or at least my readings, are not meant to tell you anything you don't know, as much as they are here to confirm the things that you do know but just have forgotten. So if something doesn't resonate, then either that part of the message is not meant for you, or you might not be ready to hear it. Tarot is going to reveal truths about our energetic frequencies, and we have to be ready and willing to hear those truths in order for these messages to resonate, okay? So take what resonates and leave the rest. Now let's get straight into this meditation. So if you already have chosen a pile, you can head down to the description or comments for the timestamps to that pile. For those of you that want to participate in this meditation, let me just say, like I always do, this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that, and to help you select a pile with your third eye, not your physical ones, I'll be offering a 60-second meditation. 30 seconds into that meditation, I'll be placing crystals for those that like to pick piles with objects on them. Try to focus on one pile if you can, but if you are drawn to another pile, that's because there's another message for you in that pile. So if you're ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet, working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds. Then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can meet with your inner high priest, divine masculine energy. And so this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. And we'll start that meditation right now. All right, on pile 1, we have the King of Wands and the Angel Phantom Quartz. On pile 2, we have the King of Pentacles and a smoky quartz crystal. And a smoky quartz crystal. Here on pile 3, we have the King of Cups and a rainbow fluorite crystal. And here on pile 4, we have the King of Swords and black obsidian. I'll give you guys another 30 seconds to meditate with the kings and crystals in each pile. All right, hopefully that meditation was enough time for you to pick a pile and tap into your own psychic awareness. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and beautiful spirit for these messages today, as well as your inner high priest. Now let's see what messages your inner high priest has for you today, and I will meet you at your pile. All right, and pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So you pulled the first pile, the King of Wands here, as your inner high priest, the energy describing your inner high priest. So just looking at this King of Wands here, right away, just waiting for these cards to pass. But yes, right away, sacral solar plexus area is coming up for me. This king here he's very passionate. He's a visionary and he's a warrior. He's lively. He's fun. He's exciting. And it's like he has an inner flame that just never burns out. There's also something here about a wandering eye, okay? And let me make sure that's in focus. There's also something here about a wandering eye. And this is what I heard Spirit say just now. And this could mean a plethora of things. You could be dealing with someone or in a relationship with someone that likes to shop around visually, maybe. This could be referring to other aspects of your life as well, like your job. Maybe you get into jobs that you think you really want, and then after a while you get bored or uninspired before looking into something else. So this could happen within any aspect of your life, but either which way, that's actually a very good way to describe this king's energy, because he's very restless. He's like the king that after he wins a war and he brings peace to his country, he's looking around for the next fight. Or he takes on some other kind of job or duty to keep himself busy. So this is that after I retire from work, I start renovating my house sort of energy that I'm picking up here, where it's just like, you kind of always want to be on the go, always want to be on the move. You never want to be just sort of sitting down, not doing anything, because maybe you see that as like a waste of time. Maybe you see it as like, I could be getting this, and this done, or I could be doing this, and this. So, it's kind of like that restless energy that I'm picking up here, that you may be experiencing, but as well as your inner high priest has a lot of this restless energy as well, and he could be sort of channeling that or funneling that to you. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out your tarot cards here before we get to your oracle card. So basically, this card all the way over here to the left will be showing me how your inner high priest communicates with you. This will be showing me some messages that he has for your past, present, and future. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And the way that your inner high priest communicates with you here is we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. This king talks to you through a feminine filter or medium, like your emotional body, okay? And the emotional body, our heart space, our feelings, our instincts, they are very intelligent. This part of us always knows how we feel, even if we don't acknowledge it. So your high priest, divine masculine energy, speaks to you through your gut feelings, pile 1. It's all about how you feel when you meet someone, when you walk into that room, when you see or hear something or exchange with energy. This invokes your inner divine masculine to communicate with you. When you are out in situations that you are unsure of, new situations, times when you are transitioning from one chapter of your life to the next, when you're meeting new people, starting a new venture, entering into situations, relationships, or experiences where you are completely blind and unaware of what to expect, that is when your inner high priest speaks the loudest to you. And he comes through quick is what I'm picking up here. Oh yeah, well, he is the King of Wands energy. So what I mean by that is like he comes through instantly. It's a switch for you. So it might be when you shake someone's hand, instantly you get a feeling or a message, or you feel some sort of sensation, right? It could be when you hug someone or walk into a room or hear something. It's like this instant wave of a feeling that sort of washes over you. And there's a lot of communication. There's a lot of information in those feelings. And that's exactly what I am picking up here, pile 1, for you. And the thing is with this Queen of Cups, though, is you question your intuition a lot is what I'm picking up. Like you are the pile that gets a sensation, but your logic maybe talks you out of it. So the Queen of Cups, she can be very disorienting for a logical person because she's all about emoting. She's all about feeling through things. And I see here for some of you, you talk yourself out of what your intuition may tell you, okay? So, really try to work on building your confidence in your own intuitive capabilities, so that the way it can kind of quiet that noise when it comes to your intuition talking to you and your logic talking to you at the same time. You kind of want to be able to quiet out your logic when your intuition is speaking to you. That the way you know how to sort of discern what's going on or what's happening with a person or in a room or in a situation, okay? Let's go ahead and check out the message that your inner high priest has about your past, any sort of past experiences that you may want to highlight, okay? And we have here the Five of Swords in reverse. All right. It looks like many of you have softened up from who you used to be in the past, or your priorities have just drastically changed. And this is one of those cards where when you get this reversal, it's a really big deal because it couldn't be more opposite of its upright version. But Five of Swords in reverse, I'm picking up someone that's more humble, more empathetic, that thinks about others more. When back in the day, at some point in your past, many of you I feel had maybe conform to the ways of the world because the world is such a callous, cold, uncaring place. It can be. In the past, you figured, being soft or emotional, being this Queen of Cups will get me into trouble. It'll get me nowhere or it'll get me hurt. I think some of you as well blame past disappointments or traumas or pains on your vulnerability, on your emotions, on your capacity to love. So at some point in the past, you figured, I have to be like the rest of the world in order to make it. But you were born as this right here. This is your essence, as this Queen of Cups right here is what I'm picking up about you, pile one. And you were born as this Queen of Cups, but you taught yourself to be this Five of Swords. And your stubbornness or rigidity, the inability to see other points of views or ideas or opinions ended up hurting you, pile one. So this Five of Swords is so powerful because your high priest is saying right now, you buried your pride, your ego, your surface layer that you used as a shield to protect your Queen of Cups. You've buried that. You've buried that layer. You've buried that shield. You've buried that buffer. You know, this Five of Swords was like it was like a buffer between you and the real world to protect this Queen of Cups over here. But you have buried that surface layer part of you. That the way your Queen of Cups can come out to your surface now. So you see how the sword over here is being stabbed into the ground. Let me just hold this up for you guys. You see how this is You see how this sword is being stabbed into the ground with a skull at the end of it? That is you burying the part of your pride or your ego that initiated a fall or a tower moment in your life. And that is why you're just sort of left with just your essence, with just your Queen of Cups, because you may have recently gone through a tower moment or something that just really changed your perspective and the way that you see things. Like I said, your priorities may have drastically changed. And now you're really starting to see the strength in being vulnerable. You know, you're not seeing it as necessarily like a weakness anymore. Let's go ahead and check out this card here to see the message that he has for your present moment, okay? And we have here the Knight of Swords also in reverse, okay? So some of you are in the middle of this transition right now, or maybe are just coming out of it, because the Knight of Swords is an energy that says, I believe in something. I believe in an ideology, an opinion, a principle, or something so much that I'm willing to live and die for it. Again, this is a sword, okay? So this is a mindset that you've had to unteach yourself because the world taught you to be this Five of Swords over here in the first place. So you are unlearning all of this right now. Some of you may be new to the spiritual or soul journey that you are on, and if so, then that explains a lot, because many of you are waking up, and that's what this feels like. It feels like it feels like your Queen of Cups has been suppressed by your ego, by this Five of Swords, which ended up graduating into this Knight of Swords. But you never actually separated from this Queen of Cups. She was just lying dormant, buried deep within you. And it feels like many of you have decided recently to connect back to that space, to go back to the softer side of who you are, because you are realizing that this part of of you wasn't to blame for your pain. You're realizing that your Queen of Cups is not a weakness of yours that you've been afflicted with, but it's actually a gift that you were given. And I'm hearing it right now. I've got goosebumps. I'm hearing that right now. You, pile one, were actually given this gift, this Queen of Cups, to be able to heal your own self and your own life experiences. Wow. But you thought at the time the best way to cope was to shut down this aspect of yourself, and that's okay. We all cope the best way we know how with the knowledge that we have at that time, at that moment. But now that that time has passed and you've come across more knowledge of who you are, you can feel this space that you're trying to reconnect to, and it feels like a distant friend. Like someone that you knew really well, but you guys maybe went your separate ways and now you're sort of coming back together. Let me tell you something, pile one. Don't blame yourself for not accepting this part of you before, okay? You rejecting your Queen of Cups has actually been a major part of your story and your journey to self-rediscovery. Without you leaving her behind, you might not be on track the way you are right now. You're being redirected in your course, pile one. You're still on the same journey, but your eyes are opening. You are awakening to a whole new aspect of yourself, pile one, which is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Let's go ahead and see the message that your inner high priest has for you in your future, okay? And we have here, that's really ironic. We have here the Six of Cups. Okay, exactly. For your future card, this is really funny. Sometimes Spirit likes to play jokes like this, I feel like. But for your future card, we have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is the card of the past. So it's really funny that you're reconnecting with your past, you know? The Six of Cups talks about reuniting memories, innocence, genuine connection, reminiscing, and essence. So your inner high priest is saying to reconnect to your emotional, softer side, to your own essence, the way that you've been directed as of late. Like I said, you are reconnecting to this Queen of Cups. So to see your future card as the Six of Cups, where it talks about reconnecting to your past, reconnecting to who you used to be, this is amazing to me. The cards are so intelligent, Spirit's so intelligent. But yeah, for sure, your inner high priest wants you to reconnect to your emotional, softer side. So stop second guessing or doubting your intuition, pile one, because you are so on par. Look, the only two cards upright right here are the Cups cards. These are the only two cards that are upright. Your logic is what is 50-50 sometimes. Sometimes you're right and other times you're wrong. But with your intuition, you've been spot on almost every single time. You've predicted everything down to a T. Very many of you have. You're like 10 for 10 right now, many of you guys are. And so many of you guys already knew this, and you listening to me saying this is your confirmation that you've been on the right track all along. Even when you were lost, you were on the right track. Even when you were making mistakes, you were on the right track, because it's all been a part of your rediscovery, of your remembrance. Okay, your high priest just told me to tell you, this is going to sound weird, but rock with me for a little bit here. He wants you to celebrate yourself, pile one. Ooh, okay. So if you have an altar, specifically an altar is coming through here. If you have a small dedicated space where you give offerings to ancestors or spirits or whatever, he wants you to also set aside time once a week, at least once a week, for you to honor and celebrate yourself, where you dedicate even just 5 minutes of your time to looking at your journey, how far you've come, everything that you have accomplished. So even if you don't necessarily have space for like an altar, even if you don't have dedicated space, I always say all the time that my entire home is my altar, but even if you don't have space for it, you could literally use like a tiny little jar. You can just get like a small mason jar from like the Dollar Tree for like less than $1, and you can just fill up different trinkets. You can put different crystals in there. You can fill it up with water. You can put a tea light candle in there. You can put your intentions in there. You can just that can sort of be your space. And basically you want this tiny little space just to remind you to celebrate yourself, just to remind you to pat yourself on the back every once in a while. That's what an altar space is, a dedicated space. That's what a church or a temple is. It's just a place of remembrance, a place where we can pay our respects, show our respects to something or someone else. But your inner high priest wants you to set up a dedicated space for you to pay your respects to yourself, which I absolutely love. It's very interesting hearing him say that. I've never received that message before. we might have to start getting these checking in with these high priests, you know, maybe like once every couple months or something, because these are just some really interesting messages coming through. But you know, just take some time to start focusing on what you have done and that you're proud of, because like I said about this King of Wands, he's restless energy. So even after a victory, he's looking for the next battle, the next issue, the next score to settle. And with all of that going on, that means that he hardly takes time to be present. And your high priest wants you to dedicate this time to yourself, almost like a date with yourself once a week, because he's saying that this is slowly going to retrain your mind to look at the things that you have done or have accomplished. He wants you to be present in your proud moments, in your success, in your victories and wins and accomplishments. Okay, so this is really beautiful. Let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here to see what else it is your high priest wants to say. So the very first card here, this is like a angel card. So these are like kind of like different angels that I guess they're not like your textbook angels, I guess you could say, archangels and things like that. This is sort of pulling from different angels from different religions and things like that. So not just from like the Christian Bible, but also like the Jewish Bible, things like that. So yeah, this I'm not even going to attempt to say the name here. But this is the angel of heart and beauty. I wish I could say this name. Tiferet? I'm not sure. But if you know anything about this energy, then this may be a very profound energy in your life. Okay, but you know, this is crazy to me, because do you see how this angel has his chest, his heart center area cut out? That's the one thing that's standing out to me. That's what I was saying for you, pile one. You tried to cut out or suppress your Queen of Cups energy. You wanted to live a life without your emotions at some point because you didn't see the benefit of emotions. You only saw the pain or baggage or memories that the heart carried. You thought that the heart was only capable of carrying pain. You didn't see the other end of the coin, that the heart is also capable of love, unconditional love. The heart has a vast amount of space and capacity to love, to feel all different types of emotions. So you kind of thought that my heart can only carry around pain. I want to cut that out. I want to cut it out then. I want to get rid of it. You know, it's almost like when we get our appendix removed, because it's like you don't really need it anyways. You know, that's kind of how I feel like you sort of looked at your heart or your emotions at one point or time in your life. And you know, you could only feel the weight of the past in your heart, so you wanted to cut that out. And if you look even closer, you can see these hands reaching through the chest of this angel here. So if you can see that, you can see these hands reaching through his chest to remake, it looks like almost to remake his heart center, to rebuild it. Oh my God, let me just read the book, because I'm not exactly sure what he represents here. Okay, so the sixth emanation, the temperate force that allows the rest of emanations to coexist in beautiful harmony. Let me hold this up. It says, you guys, if I say the name wrong, you're just going to have to forgive me for it. But it says Tiferet is without extremes or absolutes, as each other aspect rages around him, while he neither yields nor resists. He is the equilibrium that exists between those forces. He is the guiding hand. Gotta flip the page. He is the guiding hand that braces against the many aspects of the tree to gracefully bring them towards one another. The yellow orb brings balance to the universe. And that's interesting. They're talking about a yellow orb when I mentioned before even seeing your cards, the sacral and solar plexus area was coming up to me. Continuing to read the book here, it says, forming the midpoint between Keter and Malkuth, he defines the pillar of balance at the glowing center of the tree and the midpoint between all its relationships. He distributes energy from each emanation back across its paths. It's a careful balancing act, incorporating such extreme opposites, but this is the nature of the tree as a whole. Tiferet mirrors the structure of the tree, existing as a microcosm of the whole, found in art, health, and community. Beautiful. So the one interesting thing that it says here is this angel is the force behind balance. And as you can see, you have 2 cups cards, 2 swords cards here, pile one. So this is about reincorporating your Queen of Cups into your logic in everyday life. Okay, so this is a really interesting read so far. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of you guys' cards. Let's go ahead and see the protecting energy that you have here in the form of a dragon. And so we have here the black dragon, and it says, cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. Meditate, reflect, undergo a metamorphosis. Exactly. Like I was saying, you are incorporating your Queen of Cups into your logic and your everyday routine. And it says that you are undergoing a metamorphosis. And this dragon here, he protects you, he cocoons you so that your divine potential can grow. So right now you're really encapsulated by this protective energy that I feel has a lot to do with your inner high priest. He's really cocooning you so that the way your divine potential can grow. Your Queen of Cups is your divine potential that you never tapped into because you didn't think that you needed her. You tried to cut her out. You didn't think you needed her. Well, now you're starting to realize she's actually not my weakness. She's actually not to blame for the hardships that I have experienced in this life. So maybe let me tap into her. Maybe let me incorporate her into my life. Maybe let me incorporate her into who I am today. And with you deciding to do this, this is really adding to your own divine potential. Your divinity is elevating. Your divinity is evolving. It's growing. So this is a really big deal. Let's go ahead and check out these two cards here. And we have synchronicity. Beautiful. Yeah, we have synchronicity here. Okay. And all is well. Look at how beautiful this is. And again, we have more yellow coming through, solar plexus area coming through. And you know what? Let's just keep going. Let's just check out all the cards here. Let's just go ahead and keep going. For your chakra cards, we have enlightenment. Oh, wow. Look, and we have solar plexus. This is the solar plexus chakra. Okay, I'll be talking about these cards in a second, you guys. I'm just going through all of them for now. And then we have perfection, and this is your root chakra. Interesting. And then the final two cards that we have here is autumnal equinox, release. So beautiful. Oh my God. I love it when the trees start to turn colors in the fall. And then we have here tree grounding. Okay. So a lot of tree energy coming through for you. And anytime I see a tree, I see evolution. You know, I see progress. I see from roots to branch to leaves to flowers, you know. There's so many messages that I'm getting right now. Okay, so let me try to slow it down in my head. Like I said earlier, you guys, I feel like many of my pile ones are awakening, and we do have the enlightenment card here. So that's coming through as confirmation. And perfection feels like balance to me. This is that energy of realizing in order for me to feel whole and stable and like I'm not lacking anything, I have to connect back to this vital part of myself, this Queen of Cups. And there's a lot of enlightenment that is coming from that type of surrender or admittance to yourself. You're allowing yourself to be redirected, to relearn a whole other part of yourself is exactly why you are awakening. So this is the root in the solar plexus chakra. The root deals with security, instinct, survival. This is our primal life force energy that focuses solely on survival, as well as I see the root chakra as the doorway, the gatekeeper to the ethereal spirit body or metaphysical plane. We cannot get to the spirit without first going through the body or the root, which is the very first chakra. The solar plexus is the third chakra, and this comes after learning our basic needs from the root and what we like and don't like with the second chakra, the sacral chakra. So by the time we get to the third solar plexus chakra, we know exactly who we are. We know exactly what we need, what we like, and what we want. And so this chakra comes right before the heart chakra, which is what I call the bridge chakra. The heart is the bridge between the lower and the upper chakras. So you also have the heart chakra, in my opinion, that is pretty prevalent here in this reading. And the heart chakra is when we begin to connect with everything outside of us. The lower chakras is everything happening inside of us, our foundation that makes us who we are. So this is very, very interesting to me. Moving on here to synchronicity. Again, this is balance coming through, harmony, cohesiveness. And then it says, all is well. Like I said, pile one, even when you were lost, you were right on track. You are still on the right track. All is well. And synchronicity is saying that you are really starting to incorporate your Queen of Cups into your everyday routine, into your logic. It's not going to be separate anymore. This is going to be something that is starting to really come together. You know, you're starting to really rebuild your heart center area. Moving on to tree, grounding, and autumnal equinox release. Tree, again, for me is balance, because the tree can keep growing. It's always reaching for the sun with its branches, and it can keep growing towards the sky because it's so rooted in the ground. So this is you exactly, pile one. Your Queen of Cups, Six of Cups energy, right? This is your roots. This is what secures you to the ground as you connect logically to this reality and you perceive this incarnation. In autumnal equinox release, I find it is so interesting how we have the tree card and then the card of autumn, because the leaves, they turn from green to yellow, red, and brown, right? And this is the most beautiful time of the year to me, the fall time, because all the different colors that the leaves turn into. But the crazy thing about this is the color change of the leaves is showing the process of death and decay, decomposition. The leaves are changing colors because they are dying. So this is saying that your greatest transformation and beauty is coming through your death and release of the old way, pile one. So your life, your tree is being released. So you will feel vulnerable, maybe exposed, a little bare, like in the Six of Cups here, like your essence is just all out there. But this is where your transformation lies, pile one. And the 2 chakra cards here, they look a lot like the changing leaves with this red and yellow, coloring that we have going on here. So, this is how you transform. Work with these 2 chakras for sure, pile one, because this is really how you transform. And this is really how your high priest is sort of leading you or guiding you or directing you into right now. He's directing you in this period of transformation and transition, which is so amazing. So this is all that I'm seeing for my pile ones. I loved your reading so much. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, and of course your inner high priest for coming through and delivering these beautiful messages today. Hope you all come back to visit me sometime soon. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye now. All right, pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So you picked the King of Pentacles energy to represent your inner high priest energy. So just looking at this King of Pentacles energy here, one thing that I can pick up, or a few things that I can pick up about your inner high priest energy, is the King of Pentacles here. Well, this is the king that is all about peace, stability, standing his ground, being in his authenticity. Because for this king, it's all about knowing, not like the King of Swords knowing, but more like confidence, assuredness. This king knows, and that's what makes him such a stabilizing force, is because he knows who he is. He knows his worth. He knows the worth of the world and the others around him as well. And not in a condescending way or a degrading way, but in a way where he is so aware of the people around him and what they add to his life. So this king always reminds me of an accountant that's constantly calculating what this adds or subtracts from his life, value, or presence. But this is what makes him a king. His awareness and ability to know acts as a buffer between him and surprises or inconveniences. So your energy, the energy of your high priest, is very grounding, stable, and prioritizes the need to know, to be aware. So this king is very connected to the material, physical, and perceived existentialism. Honestly, this inner high priest, he's very, very, very connected to the archetypal realm, to the physical world, the physical realm. Okay, so very interesting so far. So let's go ahead and check out you guys' tarot cards here to see what else it is that we can pick up from your inner high priest. So this very first tarot card right here will be showing me how your inner high priest communicates with you. And the next 3 cards will be showing me a few messages that he has about your past, things that he wants to highlight about your past, as well as your present and your future. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how he communicates with you. And we have here the 2 of Wands in reverse. Interesting. Okay. So the 2 of Wands is all about planning, envisioning a future or reality that isn't necessarily here yet. So to see this in reverse is referring to the things that you cannot see, pile 2, have not acknowledged, or are ignoring completely, possibly. So this king speaks to you, this inner high priest, your inner high priest, speaks to you through your dreams, pile 2, not like your sleep state, but I mean the dreams, goals, and aspirations that you would love to see come to fruition. But because maybe you lack the drive or faith in yourself, you can't see how it's possible. So you leave that possibility in the realm of your imagination. This inner divine masculine energy speaks to you through your dreams because he's trying to invoke your potential. This king knows all about potential. Like I was saying earlier, he knows his worth. He is aware of who he is and what he can and can't do, what he brings to the table. He's aware of his potential, as well as he's aware of others' capabilities. That's why I refer to him as an accountant, someone always calculating what this person can do, or what this is worth, or what that is worth, or if this risk is worth the reward. So everything for him, everything for your inner high priest is, how much is this worth? So your inner masculine energy, guide, ancestor, deity, angel, ascended master, higher self, whatever you consider it to be, speaks to you through your potential, your dreams, and your imagination. He wants to spark that faith in you that makes you see your dreams, goals, or the future as a possibility. He also wants you to not give away your dreams and goals so easily to your fears and or insecurities. This is really weird what's coming through, but he's saying right now, look at your life as an auction pile too. See it as every time you dream up a goal. Let's just take, for instance, one goal for you is making $10,000 a month. That $10,000 a month dreamer goal, it goes to auction. But you're not the only one there making offers on this dream. Your fears have also shown up, as well as your insecurities, your disappointments, your past experiences, your inner voice. All of these other conscious entities have shown up to claim or put a stake on your dreams, and your inner king, your inner high priest is saying remove them from this process, because whoever wins this auction takes the dream. And if your fears or insecurities or doubts own your dream, nothing comes of it. Your fears, insecurities, and doubts, the only thing that they're going to do with your dreams is nothing but suck the life out of them. He's saying to remove them from the process so you can see the possibilities, so you can see your potential, so you can see that you can make this happen and have anything you want that you are willing to work for. He wants you to free your imagination and your dreams from your doubts pile too, because they are being held hostage. And that's how he communicates with you. It's more so how he guides you, honestly, than communicates. And you may be feeling separated because of this, okay? So you might be a dreamer, someone that can see or cook up a beautiful dream, but you might not be able to see how this can come about. And that's where the doubt gets his invitation from. Okay, so, you really sort of want to sever that connection that your doubts have to your dreams by seeing possibilities, by seeing the possibilities in your dreams, by seeing ways that you can bring your dream into reality, okay? Let's go ahead and check out messages or things that he wants to highlight from your past, okay? And so we have here the 9 of Swords in reverse, beautiful. Do you see this? So many of my pile twos, you have done a lot of work at getting your anxiety and thoughts under control so that they don't run so far or reach so high. So most of you are aware of the doubts that steal your dreams away. And some of you have even lost opportunities or have had a dream stolen away from you before. So this is not something new for you. And this could have even been another person that stole this dream by either maybe like dirty business dealings or by feeding you doubt, telling you what you can and cannot do. The thing about this card being in reverse, I feel, is saying that this was a learned behavior for many of you. Someone else put you in a box that they perceived to be impossible, because this feels like it's been normalized to me. Like someone has told you that people like us never make it out of here, or we don't go after things like that, or we don't care about things like that. Because I see you, a part of you, and your high priest working to break that box. It's almost like I see you and your high priest working together, and it's almost like you guys like have these baseball bats in your hand and you are just like going to town on this box trying to break it down. It's like you're beating on that box from the inside and your high priest is beating on it from the outside, and you have slowly started to come around to ask yourself why. Now that that box is starting to shrivel away, now that that box is starting to fall away, you're starting to ask yourself, why? Why can't I make it? Why can't I do it? Why do I feel or think this way? What is it that's truly holding me back? What am I truly afraid of? Why am I even afraid? Why can't this be my life or reality? Just simply why? That question has awoken your inner rebel that's telling you to break that mold, to shatter that conditioning. And this has released you because, as you can see, it looks like the swords are falling out with this card in reverse, right? It actually looks like the swords are falling out. So when a part of you realized something wasn't as scary or worth the shock value as much as you thought it was, when you got that first taste of, hey, I'm not as scared as I thought this was going to be, or I'm not as scared as I thought I would be, that freed you. That realization freed you. So there's a past experience that served as an opportunity for you to break out of this room where it felt like the walls were caving in on you. Your inner high priest wants to acknowledge this past experience and say that he's proud of you for how you handled your fears. He's so proud of you. And if you feel like maybe you lost a battle with your fears, just realize that he's rooting for you. He is like your biggest cheerleader, and he's saying you can do this. Matters of fact, he's helping you. Like I said, that visual that I got, this is like a synchronized event between you and him, where it's like the both of you are working at tearing away your fears, at working at tearing away your dreams from your fears. Because like I said, they've been held hostage. You know, our fears, they can really terrorize our reality. And so both of you guys, you and yourself, are really working to shatter these old constructs, these old beliefs, these old paradigms that just have kept you trapped, that have kept you stagnant. And this is beautiful. Let's go ahead and see what message he has for your present, okay? Oh my God, look at this. Do you guys see this? The sun. Look at this. We go from one of the darkest, most tormented cards to the sun card. Okay, so immediately I'm seeing a visual of you breaking out of this box pile too, and the sunlight starting to wash in because you've broken down those walls that kept you caged in. You see this hand coming out of the ground in the sun card right here? This is you, this hand coming out of the ground in the sun card. This is you crawling out from the grave to be resurrected in the sun, in the light of the truth, in the light of your potential pile too. So your high priest is saying there's some opportunities coming to you. He's saying that there's some opportunities coming to you that he's been holding off for a while because he knew that you weren't ready just yet. If you've been complaining about how slow things have felt, about how you haven't had any signs of any incoming opportunities, if some things have fallen through in the past and it seemed like a recurring theme in your life where you get somewhere and somehow the rug is pulled right from underneath you, your inner divine masculine is saying it's because you weren't ready yet. The situation wasn't right for you just yet. You hadn't completely dealt with the issues of the past and the conditioning that led you to devaluing your own potential. My pile twos, you are standing in the light of your truth and seeing what you can do now when fear hasn't gripped you. You are so free. And because of this, I hear him saying that there's some lucrative opportunities coming for you. Now you are ready for them. Now you are equipped with the assuredness, confidence, and awareness of who you are and what you can do. So he's saying go for it when the opportunity comes knocking, because it will. He is saying go for it. It's time. It's time. This is your present card right here, the sun. This is saying it's time. You were just slowly sort of digging your way out of this grave that you were in, that someone else had put you in. For many of my pile two, someone else had put you in this grave. You've slowly been clawing your way out of that, and you finally have reached the surface. And that light's going to start shining in. It's going to start washing into your life and start clearing away a lot of things, okay? Let's go ahead and check out his message for you for your future, okay? And we have here the 7 of Wands. Ooh, okay. The turnaround in this pile is crazy. Okay, so I cannot with my pile twos. Okay, so the 7 of Wands is the card of envy, jealousy, people coming for you because of what you have obtained in your life. So specifically, I'm hearing your high priestess say to you, pile two, ooh, okay. Some of you, once you make it, stay away from where you came from. Do not go back to where you came from. Some relationships will not survive your transformation, pile two. Some of the people you grew up with or have known for a long time won't be able to be happy for you because they don't have much going on. That's why the 7 of Wands comes directly after the 6 of Wands. And the 6 of Wands is all about what? It's all about victory, triumph, success. And the 6 of Wands, they're celebrating this man's success, this victory. The whole town is put on a festival for him to celebrate his accomplishments. And then directly after that comes the 7 of Wands, a surprise attack. That's why in the 7 of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, he's wearing different shoes in that card in the 7 of Wands because he wasn't prepared for that battle. He wasn't prepared for that attack. He didn't see it coming. He was still celebrating everything that he achieved. And guess what? The same people that are coming for him in the 7 of Wands were also at his victory party, pile two. So you will have to be very careful about the company you keep because someone or some people won't know how to be happy for you. I have a saying that if you want to see people's true colors, start getting your life together. As sad as it is, that you are out here slaying giants and claiming what is rightfully yours, what was in your birthright, achieving goals. People can't find it in them to be supportive of you because they are comparing their life or reality or journey to yours. And they don't like the fact that they pale in comparison to you. They don't like having to face the fact that you guys are around the same age or come from the same place or, have the same sort of start or beginning at life. And, you've done so much more with your time in your life. So please be careful, pile 2. Some of you make music too. I'm hearing music. Keep going with it. I'm literally hearing music in my ear. Don't stop. Keep going with it. Like I said, this king, he knows all about his worth because he knows his gifts and his talents. So your skills, talents, and gifts is your value. Do not stop. Yeah, like I was saying, this king knows all about his worth because he knows his gifts and talents. And it's our gifts and talents that really give us a sense of pride and value and esteem, because that's something that we have to give back to the world. It's something that differentiates us from other people around us, right? So some of you as well are meant to get a lot of public recognition in your life, and that's where most of this jealousy will come from, is the amount of attention you're going to receive by going after your dreams. So let's go on ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here to see what other messages it is that we're picking up from your inner high priest. And so this very first card here represents an angel. And so this deck, there's like angels that they pull from different religions, different cultures, things like that. So I'm not very familiar with all of them just yet, but yeah, so we have here, I don't know what this is, Da'at, I want to say maybe. And this is null, emptiness, okay? So what I'm picking up with this card right here, pile 2, is as empty as you feel is as whole as you could be. As empty or null or nihilistic you feel about life and your reality is as whole and fulfilled and passionate you could feel for life. So this angel card here is saying, don't let the emptiness fool you. And you know what? Let me go on ahead and actually read the book here too. Get a better understanding of this energy. Okay, and it says here, let me hold up this card. It says, this emanation is a conduit. It radiates no light for itself. It holds no shape and touches nothing. It is perfect and invisible, a space through which nothing and everything passes. In its arms, all 10 of the emanations dance, each of them shining a great light through its void. Wow. Wow. And we have the sun card here. Remember we were talking about that visual that I had of you beating the box with your high priest and the light starting to come in? Okay, this is crazy. It says, yeah, this emanation has no number, no color, no connection to the other emanations, and that it is unique. Its solitary nature sets it apart from the other emanations in such a significant way that Da'at is sometimes considered to not exist at all. Wow. To give a name to the emptiness at the center of the tree is vital, and so too is the need to understand the significance of that emptiness. Oh my God. Oh, I got goosebumps reading that one. And it says here, found in meditation, silence, and sleep. That is, wow. I got major goosebumps reading that. So it's like as much as we want to fill the emptiness is as much as we need to respect it. Like I was saying, that is wild. I did not even know that that card meant that. I had no clue, but that was just the message that I picked up before even reading that. That's amazing. So for sure, this angel card, like I was saying, is telling you, don't let the emptiness fool you. And then it said in the book that each of the emanations is shining a great light through its void. So the parts of you that feel empty are empty so you can fill them with light. And we have the sun card here. So you are feeling empty because you are not reaching for your potential. You're feeling numb or dull or lifeless because you came here to do one specific job, and that job you have rejected because you don't think you can do it. Of course you're going to feel empty. Of course you're going to feel nihilistic. You're here to go after that dream and you are denying yourself that dream. It's like a person denying themselves food when we know we need it to survive, and then they wonder why they have hunger pains. They wonder why they're starving, right? So you, pile 2, need your dreams to not only survive, but to see your essence in its entirety. That is how big your future goal, job, mission here is on earth, pile 2. It is as vast as your emptiness. I've got goosebumps for you guys. Oh my God. Okay, let's get through the rest of you guys' cards, because this one, oh my God. Okay, all right, let's get the rest of your cards. So the next 3 that we have here, or should we do it let's do it like this. Yeah, let's do the next 3. So the next 3 that we have here is Eagle, Communion, Beautiful. Then we have river movement, Gaia nurturing. Love that. And then as your protection dragon, we have here Thor's red, black, and gold dragon protects you in times of change, a time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you are safe. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the rest of your oracle cards here, guys. And we have here the next one, pleasure. Ooh, I love that. Then we have here potential. Wow. Wow. It's exactly what I've been talking about ever since the King of Pentacles is your potential. And then the final two chakra cards that we have here is the heart chakra, trickery. Interesting. And the throat chakra, workaholic. Okay. All right, pile two. So there's something interesting. I'm going to start off with the Gaia nurturing card here, Gaia, River, and Eagle. So there's something interesting happening in this Gaia, River, and the Eagle card here. First off, the eagle may be a significant animal in your life or a spirit animal, but do you see how in this Gaia card, how she's blowing life into this valley? And it looks a lot like this River card that she's blowing life into. As you can see, let me just hold these two up. So it looks like she's literally blowing life into this card over here. And that's where the movement is coming from. Very interesting. Very, very interesting to me. But yeah, this is very interesting because this is Mother Gaia, Mother Nature working with your inner high priest to blow life into your dreams, to get you excited and inspired. Two of Wands, like we were talking about down here, so you can finally start moving towards this goal or dream. And communion feels like a host to me. You know, it feels like a host. You're hosting these energies right now, specifically pile two. No matter when you see this, you are hosting these supporting energies in your life towards your goals and dreams. It's like they want to invest in your startup business, or, you know, it's like they want to be an investor or something, or whatever you have in mind, and they want to get you going. So it's the first step that's the hardest to take. And that's what they are acknowledging here, just getting you to take that first step. And this is why everything right now is supporting you. Even Mother Gaia is supporting you, the elements are supporting you and trying to blow movement and passion, inspiration into your life. Beautiful. Moving on to trickery and workaholic. So we have the green heart chakra card here and the blue throat chakra card. So the interesting thing about this is it's saying you have the work ethic, right? You have the stamina to really get shit done, pile two, but your heart plays tricks on you sometimes. And it's not your heart space, it's your fears speaking into your heart. When they say something along the lines of, I didn't even want it anyways, right? You know, it's that conversation of, well, if it doesn't work out, then this is why that's okay. You know, that's the trickery part. Like I was saying earlier, I heard your high priest say your fears and insecurities and your doubts, they're showing up to this auction, and that's basically exactly what's happening with your dreams. So your dreams, they feel like tricks to you. They feel risky to you. They feel like, oh no, like you're not going to get me. If you try to get me into this, you're just going to turn on me and it's not going to work out and I'm going to be heartbroken and disappointed. That's not the case. Your inner high priest wants you to stop preparing for the worst. Stay prepared for anything, right? But don't stir the narrative of talking yourself out of pursuing your dreams because of that preparation. Don't talk yourself out of the pursuit. Don't talk yourself out of your heart's desires. That's where the trickery happens. That's where the trickery comes in. And then we have here potential and pleasure. A beautiful, fulfilled life will be birthed through and by your potential. But first, all you have to do is take that first step, because it's your time, pile two. It's your time to take that first step. It's your time. Like I said, what your inner high priest said, when that opportunity comes knocking, take it, jump on it, go for it, okay? Because it is your time. So this is so beautiful. This is all that I'm seeing for my pile twos. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray that this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, and your inner high priest for coming through today and delivering these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So you chose the King of Cups. And so this King of Cups here is a representation of the energy of your inner high priest, what your inner high priest energy is like, okay? So just looking at this King of Cups here, or just going off of who the King of Cups is, this king is very heart-driven all day. This is a king that feels everything around him. He has a gift of being able to detect the subtleties all around him. He knows what people need without them even having to state what they need. So no matter if a person is struggling to say or admit what they need, or maybe they don't know what they need, this king does. He has a very good grip on how to take care of those around him, but also himself. That's what makes him a great king, is his ability to balance tending to the needs of others and himself. As you can see, this is the only king besides the King of Swords that's looking directly at us, even though he is actively putting distance between himself and the reader with his body language, how he sort of turned away from us. He sort of turned to the left. But he's still looking at us all at the same time. So this is someone that knows what others need, but he doesn't like to intervene or act on others' behalf. He wants people to assume the responsibility themselves. So he won't always rush in to help or save someone, but he's always got a watchful eye over you should you need him. And this is the energy of your inner high priest, pile 3. The energy of, you can do it and I will push you with love and compassion. Very nourishing energy you have on your side, pile 3. Your inner high priest definitely has this father feel to him though, where it's like, he's kind of like, I'm here if you need me, but I want you to do this on your own. So right away, for some of you, there's a relationship with independence coming in, okay? So let's go ahead and check out you guys' tarot cards here to see what else it is we're seeing about your inner high priest. So this card all the way over here to the left will be showing me exactly how he communicates with you. And these other 3 cards are different messages that he has at for different points and times of your life. So like, this is past, present, and future. So there's things that he wants to highlight in your past, your present, and your future, and we'll get to those in a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how he communicates with you. And we have here, look at that, the Hierophant. Wow. Okay, that feels really, I'm gonna have to talk through it to figure out exactly what this feels like. This is what I was just saying about this King of Cups over here. He has this father feel, your inner high priest does, and that's exactly who the Hierophant is. As you can see, he has these 2 students down here. He has these 2 students or confidants, these 2 people looking up to him, learning from him, seeking his wisdom and guidance because they are learning and he is teaching them. So one thing interesting here about pile 3 is this feels like source energy coming through. It doesn't feel like an ancestor or deity. This feels like the creator coming through, like the most high, the source, all of life, coming to this pile to deliver a message, and everything is connected to source. So that's why it is considered the great creator. But I can't deny that this feels like source energy. It feels like that and nothing else. It doesn't really feel like anything else. It's very interesting. I've never felt that in a general reading before. So your inner high priest, pile 3, communicates to you through knowledge. There may be things that you don't know how you know. Like you may be naturally skilled at things you didn't learn in school, or no one else taught this to you. And this could have come from a past life, but for sure, source here is saying, I channel this knowledge through you and into you. Many of my pile 3s are meant to share this knowledge in some way, maybe a podcast, a book, speaking engagements, online, something like that, because you are the holder of a lot of ancient archaic knowledge, pile 3. There's things as well as too, this book here is just like screaming at me the Akashic records. So you may dream about that. You may have had a sort of encounter with the Akashic records. You may have experienced it in some way. And the Akashic Records is the book that holds all of history's knowledge. It holds the history of everything that has ever happened. Everything that your soul, your being has ever done is held in that book. There's things that that you can't explain, and it's being sourced through you. Source is using you as a medium to tell or spread somehow, it's using you to spread its own knowledge. Look to your gifts, pile 3, because that's when you receive the most downloads. When you are working with your gifts, your skills, your talents, your craft at night, I even just heard. For instance, if you're naturally gifted at dancing, then when you dance and you get into that trance or state of flow where your body takes over, that is when your entire being is in a state of flow. And that's when these downloads flow right into your psyche. Many of you are clairaudient. Let me say this, you may especially, as you're falling asleep or into a deep meditation, you may hear voices that clearly aren't yours. You may hear almost like a conversation, something like that, because I'm hearing it, and it's weird because it's like it's muffled, but it's like you can hear it. You have a lot of beings trying to talk to you and trying to funnel information to you. So these voices that you're hearing, try to zone in on them if you can every once in a while, because if these beings are of unconditional love and serve the highest and greatest good of all, and you can specify that and make sure and say, hey, I only want to communicate with something that has the intentions to serve the highest and greatest good of everything. You can specify that. You're allowed to do that. But if they are there for that purpose and they're solely there to relay information and messages to you that is going to help aid you in your evolution, that is going to help aid you in your life and in your incarnation. So keep a book on you as well, pile 3, or a journal. Because yeah, we even have a book right here in the Hierophant. But keep something on you, because these downloads are going to come at the most random times for you, and you're going to need to have a place to sort of like jot these things down quickly, okay? Okay, let's go on ahead and check out this card right here to see what messages your inner high priest has about your past, or a few maybe experiences that he wants to highlight from your past. So let's go on ahead and check that out. And we have here, ooh, look at that. We have here the 5 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so this is really funny to me. And they're both 5s. Oh my God. This is so funny to me. Okay. So do you see how these doors in the 5 of Pentacles, they look like the doors to a temple or a church. And if you were to open them, what I think you would find behind these doors in this 5 of Pentacles right here, if you were to open them, I think you'd find this card here, the Hierophant. I think you'd find this card or this scene inside. So this 5 of Pentacles, it looks like the doors to wherever this Hierophant card is, as you can see. So your high priest wants to say to you, or wants to say about your past, that yes, it was rough, pile 3. It's the visual I'm getting is like this, like death by 1,000 cuts, where it's like this slow, insufferable, experience. And life has been maybe a slow, brutal lesson for some of my pile 3s. And I'm hearing some of you ask, why did this happen? What did I do to deserve this? Life has felt unnecessarily unfair or unkind to some of you, and you wonder what you did to deserve it. Spirit is saying many of your hardships have come from denying your purpose. Many of your hardships have come from trying to make it on your own without asking Spirit for help. But you had to see how you going it alone would feel like, what it looked like. Spirit is saying, if you would have made it on your own, you would have stayed closed off. Wow. Wow. If you would have made it on your own, if you would have found success on your own, you would have stayed closed off. You would have taken that as a reason to keep your heart closed and the walls up. Spirit doesn't want you to harden your heart, pile 3. Many of your hardships have come from not forgiving, whether this is yourself or others. Much of this has come from stubbornness, thinking you don't have to forgive, that you can do it yourself. You don't need anyone. The world is a miserable place. It keeps feeding this cycle of lack, those types of thoughts, those types of conversations you have with yourself. It keeps feeding this cycle of lack. Some of my pile 3s, and the thing is like when you keep feeding lack, when you keep feeding emptiness, it's a bottomless pit. It never fills up. So by you, if you're harping on past situations, past pains that you've gone through and saying this is unfair, the world is so horrible, the world is so miserable, the more you complain, it's not going to get you any closer to that emptiness, that lack being filled up. It's not going to get you any closer to opening those doors and saying, okay, finally the hardships are over. No. What that's doing is you are feeding the hardships with that type of thought, with that type of thought process. If that's what you're doing. Some of my pile 3s as well, let me say this, you have inherited certain karmic blocks, especially financially karmic blocks. That chip on your shoulder helped you get to this point, pile 3, but you no longer need it. Your hardships have led you to your purpose, or they are leading you there. As difficult as the past has been, trust your journey, pile 3. It is so important for you to trust it. It's so important for you, because I'm telling you, these doors are going to open, and what's going to be inside of it is a life that you're not used to. It's a life that you're not used to. It's going to be something extremely beautiful. Let's go ahead and check out his message for your present moment. And we have here the Queen of Swords. Wow. Okay. So do you see this, pile 3? You no longer need that chip on your shoulder. The Queen of Swords is saying, present day, what you need is a sword to make a line in the sand, to make distinctions between others' faults and your own. She wants you, your inner high priest as well, wants you to better organize your feelings and emotions. Don't let them get all jumbled up so you end up blaming the present on the past and the future on something else. She wants you to make distinctions about who or what is to truly blame, then to swiftly cut out the things you have no control over, because dwelling on the things that cannot be changed, or the past or others' actions, the things outside of your control, is what is keeping you in this 5 of Pentacles vibration. So your inner high priest wants you to develop a callousness to your own pain. Oh my God. He wants you to develop a callousness to your own pain where you are not controlled by it anymore, where it cannot take your power anymore, where it cannot touch you or affect you anymore. That the way you can clearly see where to direct your energy instead of throwing your priceless, invaluable energy and emotions at situations and people that cannot or will not change. This Queen of Swords, I'm hearing your inner king say, recreate the word success so that it fits you. He wants you to stop measuring your success to what society says it should be or should look like, or to what others says it should be or should look like. He wants you, your inner high priest wants you to remake the word success so that you can relate more closely to it. So that instead of you saying, well, I don't have that big house yet, or I'm not making X amount of money yet, so I haven't made it yet, he wants you to instead remake your own definition of success. So instead you say, I don't have that mansion yet, but look at what I do have. Look at what I have done. And if you feel that you don't have anything to be proud of, then start today. Start right now. We hurt ourselves by putting restrictions on when or how we can change our life by saying it has to look like this, or it has to be this moment in time when I can start to change my life. Start right now, pile 3. Write it down. Make it plain. Wow, that Bible verse just came through from Habakkuk 2:2. Yeah, even the Christian Bible talks about manifestation, interestingly enough. Actually, let me read that verse for you guys. And if the Bible or anything like that offends you, then go on ahead and fast forward like 10 seconds, okay? But let me read that verse for you guys. Okay, yeah. So it says Habakkuk 2:2. You write down what you want, make it clear and plain. Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So this is talking all about divine timing. What it is that you have dreamed up in your psyche is for an appointed and ordained time by the divine, by the universe. The universe is running on its own clock, and everything happens when it is supposed to. The process may fluctuate, but the results will not. You will run and be scared of how your manifestations came to pass exactly as you asked for it. Even though the process has been turbulent, up and down, left and right, twists and turns, the process tarries, but the universe does not. This is all about divine timing, pile 3. So this is extremely beautiful to me that verse actually came through because this is going hand in hand with what I'm picking up here. So amazing. Let's go ahead and check out the message that he has for your future, okay? And it says here, where we have here, the Magician. So, do you see this, pile 3? There's so much energy coming through this pile right now. The hairs on my arms are standing up. Your inner high priest, pile 3, is saying that you are more in control of your future than you think. You have more power than you are aware of. You are directing your future and always have been. Anything you do not like, pile 3, can be changed by you. Anything you need can be obtained by you. All you have to do, that's why I heard that verse, write it down, make it plain, know it is done. The Magician card is saying, pile 3, to know in your heart of hearts that it is done, whatever it is that you have asked for. That's what we deal with when we deal with the Magician card, is assurance, willpower, the choice to say, I don't have this, so I will it into my life. His power in the Magician card comes from his confidence, his knowing. I know when I write this down, when I speak it out, when I claim it, when I ask for it, it is mine, it is coming. It's just an appointed time. It is yours, pile 3. You are due for so much, and you are learning right now your ability and your strength. Eventually, you will be wielding this wand like it's an extension of your own body. Magic won't feel like magic to you anymore because you will become magic. You yourself already are. You just have to know it, pile 3. Okay, let's go on ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here. See what else it is that we have going on. The energy in this pile is like, it's coming through so strong. This is wild. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out your cards. So the very first one that we have here is, ooh, look at that. We have Uriel, the angel of flame. Oh my God. So let me go on ahead and get the book and read about this angel here. I do know about Uriel, but I want to see what the book has to say, because I have my own opinions about Uriel. Okay, and so it says about the angel Uriel, wild and unwieldy. It says restraint is unthinkable. Uriel cannot be bound. The flames peel back the dark, lie silken fabric. The heat licks the edge of your awareness, and as you turn to meet it, you are consumed. The rhythms of heat and passion and flesh fill your mind. It comes over you like a wave, pressing your consciousness into your body. You can no longer think, you can only feel. Sensations tremble through your being. Gotta turn the page. Uriel knows nothing but yearning. Look into the balefire of Uriel and it will expose your heart and leave you writhing in desire. Signs: a brazier, a stallion, a tongue. Okay, so this is all about desire that's coming through. So this is your passion pile. This is your... Okay. Like I was saying, there's something that you want. You want it so bad. And this really goes hand in hand with that verse that I heard. Write it down, make it plain, know it's done, pile 3. This Uriel, angel flame, talks all about desire, passion. I want this thing so badly. And that is exactly the energy of the magician, pile 3. The magician wants something so badly that he's like, you know what? If I don't have this thing, I'm going to make it. I'm going to literally make it because I'm going to will it into being. I'm going to will it into my life. So this is really sort of talking about very cohesive reading right here, talking all about desire, what it is that you truly want. So you really do want something here, and it almost feels like a flame that is consuming you because it's like, I want this so badly, but I don't know if I'm able to pull it off. You are. You're able to pull that off. Like I said, you are learning right now your ability with this magician card here. You're learning your ability. This Queen of Swords is saying to create a line in the sand. That the way you can differentiate between what the world says you can do and what you know it is that you can do. Okay, so this is really interesting. I'm just going to go on ahead and run through the rest of your oracle cards real quickly. So we'll just flip them all over first, and then I'll go on ahead and talk about what I'm seeing with them, okay? So the next 2 cards that we have here is Dance, Celebration. I love that. Okay. DNA, Karma. Wow. Wow. Like I was saying earlier, you guys, some of you guys have inherited certain karmic issues or blockages or imbalances from your ancestors, and that's what I'm picking up there. But let's keep going here. We have here Embrace. Beautiful. Then we have here Connection. I love that. Wow. Your dragon of protection is the emerald dragon. It says brings in healing and cosmic abundance. Good fortune is coming. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your 5th dimensional blueprint. Oh my God. You guys, really? Just put that here. Straighten these back up. And then for your 3 chakra cards, we have here abundance. You guys, pile 3, do you believe it yet? Do you believe it yet that it's coming, that you can't have it, that it is yours? Do you? Oh, God, I can't. No, you know what? That's going right up here. And then we have here Release, and this is a neutral chakra, so it's not really correlating with any one chakra. And then we have here impartiality. Okay, so let's start off with release, impartiality, and abundance. So release is saying, release the past, pile 3. Release this painful, scary, brutal 5 of Pentacles past, and don't let anyone tell you what your past was. I don't know why I heard that, but some of you may be dealing with people that try to minimize your hardships and the things that you've gone through because they are comparing and saying, well, I went through worse, or you couldn't have gotten through what I went through if you consider this to be a hard life. But don't let anyone minimize your pain, pile 3, suppress your truth, or dismiss your story. That's yours. That belongs to you. Your story is yours. It belongs to you. This book in the Hierophant card is your story. And this story is yours, and you tell it the way you tell it. The reason you may have run into people that either don't understand what you've gone through or have tried to minimize or trivialize your story, because that's a part of your hardship or journey or story, pile 3. Our purpose is constantly brutalized until we claim it. I'm gonna let that sink in. Our purpose, we are born here knowing what our purpose, what our mission, what our job is. And that main mission, that job, that purpose is brutalized by the world and the people in our lives, even us sometimes, until we decide to claim it, until we decide to say, you know what? Nope, that's mine. I'm gonna protect it. People will always try to talk you out of your purpose because that's the world's job, to test you, to see how much you want, to rise to your own potential, to rise to the occasion and do what you were put here to do. So if your purpose is doing hair, you might run into people that tell you you can't do that. You'll never make money or amount to anything doing that, because it's your job to claim your purpose and say, hey, you know what? Actually, this is my story. This is my birthright. This is why the great creator put me on this earth. I know, Magician card, I know why I am here. You will not attack my purpose. So release the things that people have said and done, because their chapter is done and over with. Their 15 minutes of a feature, of a cameo in your book is done. So you can tell these people, thanks so much for the character development. Thanks for stopping by. But now it's time for me to take center stage again. Impartiality is release, pile 3. It's a way to neutralize what you've been through. So instead of seeing your past as this horrible thing that's happened, now you can see with a different perspective. You can see with a different perspective, like, you know what? Hey, maybe this was something to learn from or get stronger from. Maybe this was meant to ignite my fire so I can do everything in my power to make sure another person never suffers the way that I did. Maybe this happened for me to help others. And abundance, need I say more? Magician card. Solar plexus chakra, it's all about willpower. Okay, that's what this chakra is. This yellow card is your solar plexus chakra, and the solar plexus chakra is the magician all day. It's all about willpower, personal power. It's our magician energy center. I know who I am, therefore I know my strengths and abilities. I will will life into being. And then we have here embrace and connection. So embrace your connection to spirit, pile 3. You see this tree on the connection card? This tree is here to say your roots, your past, which is the 5 of Pentacles, your journey is evolving into something so magnificent. And then we have here DNA karma and dance celebration. So DNA karma is confirmation that many of my pile 3s inherited this journey or story, either from a past life, your ancestors, or your soul chose this journey, this experience, these hardships, this sort of incarnation, this sort of journey, because it had so much faith in you and itself to be able to power through that. Celebration is saying, again, life is coming to you, abundance is coming, dancing is coming, joy is coming, and it's going to be something you appreciate and are so grateful for because of where you came from, pile 3. I had to keep myself from crying a couple of times in your pile, but like I said, the energy is so strong right now. I wish you guys could feel what it's like in this room. It's incredible. It's incredible. And I'm just really happy to see this because, so many of us go through such hard times. And I love seeing readings like this because it's like this, you can literally see the scales getting tipped back over, where it's like spirit in the universe is saying it's time for the good people to start winning again. And you are on the side of that. You are on the side of abundance. You're on the side of abundant karma. Sometimes we have to pay for things at first before we can receive our abundance, but you've done that already. This 5 of Pentacles is your past card. It's in the position of your past. Your future is the magician, abundance, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is trying to put a line in the sand between your 5 of Pentacles past and your magician future. Allow that to happen. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. This is all that I'm seeing for my pile threes. Pray that this reading did bring you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, and of course your high priest for coming through today and delivering this message. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye now. All right, and pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So you chose the King of Swords. And so the King of Swords, this is representing your inner high priest's energy, their vibration, his vibration. So just looking at the King of Swords here and trying to pick up on your inner high priest's energy here. You know, King of Swords energy, one thing I can say about your inner high priest, pile 4, is he's very direct, clear, precise, exact. When you hear or receive guidance from this inner high priest, there's no mistaking where it came from. He's the only king in tarot that is sitting looking straight ahead, directly at the reader. The King of Cups, he's also looking directly at the reader, but he's sort of situated where he's like, his body is facing towards the left. The King of Swords is the only king, not even the Emperor does this. The King of Swords is the only king where he's sitting straight and looking straight ahead. He's completely, totally in alignment here. So, you know, his body language or posture is tall, straight, uniformed. Everything about him is in order because this is the King of Truth, justice, like the 42 laws of Ma'at. This king or inner high priest is all about transformation. That's why there's butterflies on his throne. Interesting that one of the coldest kings is going to choose the butterflies like his mascot, right? But, you know, the truth that is cold, direct, callous, abrasive is also extremely transformative because it illuminates. And anytime we are dealing with illumination, we can clearly see authentic truth from facades. We can separate fact from opinion. So this king, your inner high priest, has been assigned to you for transformation through and by the difficult process of surrendering to the truth. Okay, so let's go on ahead and check out you guys' tarot cards here to see what else we can pick up on your inner high priest. So this very first tarot card right here will be showing me exactly how your inner high priest communicates with you. And these next 3 cards will be, he's going to be giving me a message, maybe some things that he wants to highlight about your past, present, and future. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how it is that he chooses to communicate with you. And we have here, we have the 4 of Wands. Wow. Okay, so the 4 of Wands is the card of home. And the idea of home is somewhere that is safe, secure, comfortable. It's where we belong, right? And 4 represents the number of stamina, consistency, repetition, stability. I see your high priest communicates to you most when it comes to severing or breaking a habit, breaking out of a pattern, a karmic cycle, or some sort of repetitive energy. This inner high priest comes through to separate you from your comfort, because when you're comfortable, there's no urgency or initiative to evolve, to reach higher, to dream bigger, right? So he comes through most clearly when it's time to switch things up, to shake up the energy. So you may have a lot of fixed energy in your chart as well, and this would be the 4 fixed signs: Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or there may be a lot of action happening in those houses with the current transits, and that would be the 11th, 2nd, 5th, and 8th houses. Another thing which is really interesting is he comes to shake you out of your comfort zone so you can build another one or a new one. So he doesn't like you getting too relaxed, though. That's the thing. That's the weird thing here. So you may have moved a lot throughout your life as well. You may have held many positions or different job titles. You may have always longed for a home or a place where you can just stop and relax and put your feet up, but you might not have located that just yet. As well as pile 4, your inner high priest is it. Okay, your inner high priest, he wants you to establish your own place, your own resources, your own work, your own space, your own home. He wants you to make something that is yours and yours only, something that cannot be taken away from you. This is why he keeps shaking you out of your comfort zone, because it stifles you. This feels like Saturn energy all day. You may have strong Capricorn or 10th house placements in your chart too. You may be Saturn dominated. Saturn may be your chart ruler. If you're a Capricorn rising, that would make Saturn your chart ruler. So this could even be Uranus energy as well that I'm picking up. And that would be Aquarius energy, like I mentioned earlier. But this is all about keeping you from settling, pile 4. He does not like it when you settle or sell yourself short by saying, I don't know if I'm enough to be able to pull this off on my own, so I'll just set up shop where I'm at, because this is okay. This is okay enough. And he really hates that for you, because he's like, you don't understand your own place Your own money, your own dream, your own job, career, resources, contacts, relationships, family is literally just down the street. We just have to keep moving. But there's this lethargic energy around you where your energy levels, they seem to fluctuate, pile four. Sometimes you're feeling highly motivated and other times your exhaustion starts to get to you. And it says, I'm working too hard, or I'm trying too hard. Maybe I should leave well enough alone and just be happy where I'm at. Yeah, that's the cycle. Yeah, okay. That's the cycle that he's trying to break you out of, pile four, where your exhaustion starts talking to you and it goes, you know what, let me just stop trying for today. Let me just give up, or let me just do this. Let me just do that. Let me just settle because I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired. He wants to break you out of that cycle, out of that pattern where your exhaustion takes over. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what it is that he wants to highlight or say about any sort of past experiences that you may have had, okay? And we have here the Knight of Cups. Okay. Wow. So your heart's desire is unfolding at the present moment because you started on this journey some time ago in your past, but the pace is directly tied or tethered to your efforts. So your own, whatever this may be, is coming to you. Whatever it is that you want, whatever this may be, is coming to you. But the reason it hasn't shown up yet is because your momentum fluctuated. It goes up and down and up. And when you get into those workflow moments, that's when things really start to unfold. But there has to be some balance and moderation here so you aren't frequently burning yourself out. But there's something you really want that's waiting to be delivered to you. And the thing is, it's not budging because you have to go and take it. You have to go and claim it. And when you burn out like that or lose your momentum, your drive, your motivation, you pause your own progress and journey. He wants you to keep your dreams close, pile four. He wants you to allow your dreams to imprint into your heart space with this Knight of Cups here. This Knight of Cups just keeps screaming to me, your heart space, your heart, your heart, your heart, your heart. So he wants you, your inner high priest, he wants you to feel this dream unfolding so you can stay committed to the journey and the goal. He wants you to fall in love with your dream so you can stay committed to the journey, even through the tough times, even through the exhaustion, because a being without purpose cannot survive the trials of life. They can't survive the trials of a dream, of a goal, of an aspiration. And that the way when you get tired, you know how to rest for a time being before actually resuming again. But he wants you to move and walk with this dream actively being held in your heart space. That the way you don't want to stay home or stay separated from the journey for too long. That the way you have this self-sustaining motivation to keep going and to create a schedule for yourself where you can manage your own energy. Knight of Cups, he only moves from his heart. And that's the season that you are in right now, as well as I keep hearing your progressed chart. So if you know how to look at your progressed chart, pile four, check out your progressed moon to see what phase your moon is in. When we deal with the progressed moon, it stays in one particular sign or energy for 29 months. That's 2.5 years. Because I think that you checking out your progressed moon is going to reveal a lot about what you need to do to maintain your energy levels, pile four, because progressed charts, it shows the season that we are currently in. So the moon, it changes signs every 2 days. But your progressed moon, it slows down that movement and it shows the season that your moon is in for the next 2.5 years. So instead of taking 2.5 days to get through a sign, it takes 2.5 years. You can do the same thing with your sun. You can do the same thing with Mars, Mercury, Venus, the personal planets. You can check out your progressed chart to see those personal planets that move pretty quickly. You can slow them down and see what season they're in. And that is how we sort of so a progressed chart will show you why certain things are happening, and the transits, like the daily transits that we look at in the astrological chart, will show you how it's unfolding. Okay, and I hope that makes sense. It might be kind of hard to explain if you're not really familiar with astrology, but yeah, check that out if you do know about your progressed chart, okay? Some of you as well are moving towards a partner or a relationship with this Knight of Cups here. If you are single or are having some issues maybe in your relationship, some of you are holding off or putting this person or relationship on hold because this Knight of Cups keeps saying one thing to me, and that's that, hey, I'm over here, I'm waiting for you. This is like your heart. This is your heart. This is your heart. This is everything that your heart wants. And this person's energy is coming into your reading right now. And it's like they're waiting for you in this beautiful castle. That's yours and only yours. But with all these breaks and stops and pauses, and your momentum is taking longer than expected. And this is literally everything that you want, pile 4. Balance your schedule and get a really good regimen going as far as the daily tasks that you have to do, because it's tiny little daily habits that's postponing all of this, pile 4. It's postponing all of this. This Knight of Cups is at home right now, and your Four of Wands waiting for you to show up. And with these like pauses and stuff, it's taking a little bit of time. It's taking a little bit longer. These tiny little habits, these tiny little daily habits are postponing all of this that is waiting for you. So yeah, definitely check out your progress chart or your progress moon for sure to see what's going on with that, because I feel like that would answer a lot of questions. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the message that he has for you guys this present moment. Okay, and we have here, look at that. Look at that. We have the Empress. Okay, pile 4. Wow. You are a love, money, creative business magnet right now, pile 4. You are in a season of harvest. Right now is your season of harvest, pile 4. You can harvest all of these things that you do not have yet, but it's your fluctuating momentum that's putting all of this off. And what is yours will always be yours, of course, but the universe works off of divine timing. So we can definitely miss out on claiming things when they are meant for us. And when that happens, because maybe we were a little too slow on the draw, maybe we didn't jump at the opportunity. So when things like that happens, we sort of have to wait for the moment or opportunity to come back around and present itself again. So the Empress, your high priest, is saying that this is a season, your season to harvest, to collect, to claim everything you want. The thing is you're such a magnet, you're drawing all these things into you. And that could also be another reason that you're so exhausted or tired. Pile 4, you've been manifesting old harvests for a while now. You just haven't collected them yet. And your spirit or energy may be tired, because if we're looking at divine timing, then that's saying that this could be yours already. But there has to be consistent movement in order to build that momentum. But the thing is, this doesn't mean you're never allowed to rest either, pile 4. No, this means that there's ordained times for you to rest and ordained times where you need to move. You have to locate that rhythm, okay, to know when to go and when to stop, when to work, when to rest, because it seems a little bit off here. So do you struggle with insomnia as well? I'm picking that up a little bit. If that's the case, it's because of your energy levels going up and down, and it's throwing off your sleep cycle. But rest is probably one of the biggest culprits with my pile 4s. You not getting enough rest or getting too much rest throws your entire day off, and it hammers away on your motivation to get things done because you're so exhausted. So the Empress is saying, know when to rest, and know when to nourish yourself and your body, and know when to act or move or ask and attract. So the Empress is the queen of all queens in tarot, just like the Emperor is the king of all kings in tarot. So she is the ultimate feminine energy, and feminine energy has what? She has cycles, right? Just like the moon. We have moon cycles. Women have moon cycles where our bodies are literally creating and destroying at different times to keep us healthy, fertile, and able to create. So this is all about rhythm at the present moment, pile 4. Your high priest really wants to highlight that for you. Really important to focus on that and keep an eye on your schedule. You might want to keep an eye on your schedule, your body, how it's reacting to certain things. So if you feel motivated, lethargic, tired, write these things down and keep a record of your energy levels from day to day, because there's a pattern here, and that pattern has some answers in it that it can reveal to you. So keep a record of how you feel. It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to be elaborate. You can write for Monday, tired. Tuesday, you could just write motivated. Wednesday, you could write a mixture of emotions. Thursday, you could write something like, well, I got in an argument with a friend and I lost my drive. Whatever it is that you need to document, do that, because it's going to reveal some major things about how to harmonize with your own natural cycles and rhythms, pile 4, okay? Let's go ahead and check out your future card here to see what your high priest wants to say about your future. And we have here the 2 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Okay, so do you guys see this? I can't make this up. This is the card of balance, but not just like emotional or mental balance. No, when we deal with the Pentacles, we are dealing with tangibility, physical, material balance. The message your inner high priest wants to give you about your future is to balance the physical aspects of your life. Like I was saying, this could be diet, rest, exercise, leisure time. There's something up with how you physically spend your time, pile 4. And the 2 of Pentacles is saying for your future that finding a good routine will build momentum. And the 2 of Pentacles, we master the art of balancing or multitasking because that adds to our progress. It helps move us along, as well as this card is saying your future and dreams are directly correlated or attached to you and your movement, your physical life and routine. So this is confirmation that your goals and dreams are linked to how you manage or balance your own life. And I see you getting a really good grip on this though, because one of the reasons for your insomnia is your restlessness. You want things to change so badly, pile 4. So a lot of this inability to rest and relax is because your spirit wants to go, but your body isn't in alignment just yet. But the one thing that I do see, pile 4, is that you're getting there for sure. Many of you guys have already noticed this and have been working on it. So don't stop. Do not stop working on it. And moderation is key to balance. Moderate your rest, moderate your work, pile 4. Don't exert, because you definitely don't have to force, with the Empress card being here as your present card. The Empress barely lifts a finger. She simply attracts or draws in whatever she wants. So you don't have to exert so much to the point of exhaustion. Get in alignment with your rhythms, okay? Let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here. See what else it is we're seeing, because my battery's dying. So I'm going to try to go kind of fast here. So let's go ahead and check out your angel card. And we have here, wow, Gabriel. Angel of Heralds. Okay, so let me read the book for him really quickly. Okay, and it says here about Gabriel, the guardian that stands beside the gateway between Angelarium and the rest of existence. Gabriel's lantern points into the seething darkness. Its light breaks open the unknown and banishes doubt. There is certainty in this light. It fills you. This angel issues no command it doesn't need to. Okay, so it says here, shine, little light, shine. The impetus for action burns in you. In fact, you burn in it. Fueling this light, suddenly you burst forth, blazing the way, piercing the dark, leaving change in your wake. There is light everywhere you tread. You are the light of Gabriel's lantern. The might of this angel does not command you, it aims you. And it says signs here are a lantern, a mirror, and a discovery. So like it said, this angel issues no commands. It doesn't need to. Like I was saying, you guys, in your present moment right now, you're actually attracting a lot. You don't have to go out and get it. You don't have to go out and exert. You don't have to go out and hustle, work. You don't have to do all that, because guess what? What's actually happening is that's exhausting you. You have to find a good rhythm, a good balance. And like it said about Gabriel, he doesn't command because he doesn't have to. The Empress, that's exactly what we were talking about with the Empress. She does not move from her throne, right? Because she attracts life to her. The Divine Feminine, she draws in things. She doesn't go out there and work for it. The Divine Masculine, he goes out. He's proactive, right? The Divine Feminine, she says, I'm going to draw you in. The Divine Masculine is usually going out and trying to is going out and seeking or pursuing something that has divine feminine energy because he's attracted to it. Okay, so it's amazing that that card came out for you guys. Let's go ahead and get through the rest of your oracle cards as quick as we can. And so we have here fairies, earth magic. Wow. Okay. Then we have here tsunami, wake up call. Wow. Is anybody else like terrified of tsunamis? I am terrified of them. So I don't know why I have this thing where it's like I have to live near the beach, but it's like, it's so weird. Don't ask me. The next card that we have here is Pure White Dragon from Orion. And it says here, and this is your protection dragon, and it says transforms your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. Wow. It says process what you know, act with truth and honesty, let your wings of light grow and expand. Pure White Dragon from Orion. This is beautiful. Orion's belt, I'm thinking, like the star. That's my guess. I don't know though. The next two cards that we have here is Stillness and Oneness. Beautiful. Actually, put these up here. And the final three cards that we have, these are your chakra cards. And what we have here is Forgiveness. And this is the third eye chakra. Then we have Faith again. Again, this is the third eye chakra. And the final card that we have here is Perception. And this is the heart chakra. Beautiful. Okay. So starting off with Pure pure white dragon. So yes, pile 4, so many of you guys already know or have been questioning and wondering, where's your manifestation, or why am I so tired? Why can't I keep up with this momentum? You've been getting it, receiving the messages and the signs. Like I said, your inner high priest is represented by the King of Swords, the no nonsense, clear, precise, and direct king. So there's no confusion here. So many of you know exactly what it is that you have to do. It's just a matter of fitting into that new rhythm, finding your way to fit into that new rhythm, okay? And let me say, many of you guys' energy levels have shifted or changed because your vibration has changed. For those of my pile 4 spending a lot of time with your spirit guides, learning about yourself, who you are, why you're here, you've been integrating a lot of your past lives and that knowledge, like it says here, into your present incarnation. And so it's almost like all these different versions of you are living here all together at the same time, in the same incarnation, in the same body, in the same consciousness. And so that's why your sleep cycle has changed or shifted. And that's why your energy levels keep fluctuating. So you may have even had a change of foods and diets that you can or cannot eat anymore. Things that you used to do, you just randomly quit, or maybe just randomly pick them up. There may be hobbies and skills that you've discovered recently just out of nowhere. You're integrating a lot of your soul's journey into this one incarnation, and that explains a lot about why your natural rhythm has evolved or has changed so much. And moving on to fairies and tsunami here. So exactly, this reading is a wake-up call because you already knew this, and this is your confirmation coming through, as well as with wake-up call. Like I was saying, you are currently in your season of harvesting. So the time is now, and time is of the essence. Like I said, what is yours will always be yours, but there is a divine clock that tells us when we can and cannot receive or claim that thing that's meant for us. Earth magic here as well. So you have elementals or familiars assisting you as well, pile 4. Now, let me say, I don't know much about familiars and fairies and things like that, but you have a lot of earth magic assisting you. So fairies may be something, familiars may be something that's very prevalent for you in your own life. So, nature, aligning with nature, because that's what I'm picking up here with this earth magic here. Nature, aligning with nature is going to really help you get into this flow of this new rhythm, because even Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, she has her own rhythm. She can really help you harmonize with your own physical body's rhythm. So more organic, natural foods, products, time in nature, vitamin D, and homeopathic remedies. Mother Earth wants to be incorporated into your body a little more, as strange and invasive as that sounds. It's like she wants to fuse with your energy even more. So allow that to happen by, like I said, time in nature, eating organic whole foods if you can. And when I say whole foods, I mean foods that you can eat without cooking, vegetable, fruits, because cooking removes a lot of nutrients. So look into a whole food diet or a whole food cleanse or detox, maybe, even if it's just for a month or so. Go as natural as you possibly can, pile 4, okay? And then moving on to stillness and oneness here. So stillness, you want to be still, to belong, to finally kick your feet up and relax. That is coming, pile 4. That is why the stillness card is here. That is why the 4 of Wands is here. The day and time for resting, like how the Empress does. She rests in a field of nature, like we were talking about before, attracting things to her, not working for them. That time for you is coming, where you are allowed to just sort of sit and attract things in. And oneness is here to confirm the message I heard for you and Mother Earth. She wants to fuse with your energy because she recognizes the spiritual battle that you are in right now with yourself, essentially. And she wants to help you get to your goal by providing you either the right high grade nutrients you need to facilitate your growth and process, or other sort of organic ways, as well as this card. Again, this oneness card here, again, is confirmation that you are integrating your past lives into this current incarnation. You see all these other lines and how they are sort of like, and how they are sort of merging into this one orb of light here. See how everything's sort of merging to this one orb of light? Yeah, that's the rhythm that you're trying to flow into, pile 4. I'm so in love with your reading right now. The energy is so beautiful, but this is just like all your other lives, all your other past lives, everywhere else it is that your soul has been or has gone or has learned is coming in to assist you in this one present incarnation. Everything that you have gone through, everything that you've been through, everything that you've seen, not just in this life, but in other past lives, especially if you believe in reincarnation, is coming to assist you right now in this life, okay? And forgiveness, faith, and perception perception here. So we've got the heart chakra and the third eye chakra. So your third eye chakra and heart, they want to align. That the way your intuition can communicate or send messages and guidance to your heart space. Remember, you guys, I kept mentioning your heart space with this Knight of Cups down here. Your intuition has been trying to connect to your heart space because, like I said earlier, oh my God, I said this earlier, your inner high priest wants your dreams to imprint into your heart. Your dreams are seen. Our dreams are seen by our third eye. Our third eye dreams up realities and perceptions that could be. But you have to have faith in yourself. You have to have faith in yourself and forgive yourself for not being where you want to be. You have to have faith, and you also have to be able to forgive yourself for not being where you want to be. Forgive yourself for the exhaustion and the fluctuations in your energy and momentum. Forgive others that may have hurt you as well, if that's something that you are struggling with. And try to open yourself up to seeing people through a different perception. Okay? Or try to open yourself up to seeing yourself through a different perception, because there's so many different perceived versions of you from different lives coming to assist you right now, and they're really sort of changing your perception, changing the way that you see things, changing the way that you do things, changing the way that you even sleep. So of course they're changing these other aspects of your life, which is so beautiful, but they're really coming in to assist you in your inner high priest. I mean, he let it all slip today. Again, he is represented by the King of Swords, the king of information. So your high priest is just throwing all this information at you. It might be a lot, but this is really amazing. I love it when our guides come through and give this much information. But yes, this is all that I'm seeing for my pile 4. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, beautiful spirit, and of course your inner high priest for coming through and delivering these messages, dropping these gems, dropping all this knowledge and information today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. Until next time, you guys, please stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye now.